Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. This time for our weekly recap of Sisters. This is season 2, episode 18, and it was titled When It's Midnight. Alright, y'all, if y'all are not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. Alright, y'all, so it picks up where it left off with Karen just walking up into the Andy's apartment like, oh, hello. And Gary looking like, oh, snap. And Andi looking like, the fuck she doing here? so he all about to leave, but then he want to be like, oh, Karen, he was like, but, I just want to let you know I love your friend. All right, bye. He was like, all right, bye, Andi. I'll see you tomorrow. And she like, and Karen like, tomorrow? I mean, I hope so. Yeah. Because, she all in her mind, they about to get married and everything, child. So he finally leaves. Andi looking like, not Andi. Karen looking like, so we lie to each other now? That's what we do? She was like, no, I wasn't lying. Yeah, you was lying. You lied to me. That's what you about to say to me? You lied to me? No, I just omitted the truth. Yeah, she was like, you've been doing a lot of that. She was like, yeah, but, it's been a long day, and, I'm tired and stuff. And Karen was like, yeah, I've been on my feet all day, but you best believe we going to talk about this ish, okay? So she was about to leave, it looked like, and then she looked, and then she saw the ring. So she was like, what the hell is this? Don't tell me that married man asked you to marry him. Yes, he did. And you gonna say yes? Yes, if you gonna say yes? Andi, this ain't normal. This ain't normal what you doing. This ain't normal. So me wanting to be a married woman to a man is not normal. You know what I'm talking about. So they arguing back and forth, child. And then Andi tells her to leave. And Karen like, girl, you need to wake the hell up. And she was like, no, you need to. She was like, what? Yeah, woman after woman with Zach, and then you. Yeah, but I finally left him. But your heart didn't. Yeah, but she left him, Andi. She ain't going back to Zach. Like, girl, bye. But anyway, she was like, well, who you think you are? You think you my mama or something like that? And then somewhere in between there, Karen tried to throw the ring down the drain. I said, girl, is you crazy? Because that's a Tiffany's ring. If anything, you can take that back to Tiffany's, get your money back, or you can take that thing down to the pawn shop and get some money. Okay, who flushes a damn ring down? Who does that? Not down no drain. But anyway, Andi would have got some. She would have got a wrench from somewhere, child. She'd have been a plumber that day. But anyway, she was like, no, I'm not your mama, but I'm your sister. I'm your friend. And they started arguing back and forth and stuff. Andi finally got the ring from Karen and whatever. And she was like, I still love him. Or whatever. And she's about, but you don't, what she say? You love him and he hurting you or something like that. You don't even know him. He's a good man. I know enough. No, you don't even know. You know what? I don't even care what you're saying. I don't even care what you have to say about this. And I know that hurts you. She was like, you know what? You know that would hurt me. He got the divorce papers right here. This is his counselor information. He is trying. At least he trying. I like your man or whatever. I said, ooh. She was like, why I look like you always got everything together except for when it comes to a man? Huh? Like, you can talk. Like, that's what she didn't say that out loud, but that's what she was thinking. But she was like, you know what? I love him and we are happy and I can be with him if I want to be with him. You don't have to say nothing about it. I don't care what you have to say. You can leave. I'm not leaving anywhere. Well, I'm going to bed, okay? So then Andi goes storm off. She go to her room. Then she was like, because that girl tried to throw my damn ring down the drain. Let me go back and get my ring and them divorce papers. So she go grab her stuff. Then she go in her room. Leave. She go slam her door. And I guess Karen got the hint finally, child. I was like, Lord, these two is a hot mess, okay? The blind leading the blind. I swear. Then we see Bree with Jacoby. Jacoby's annoying. he too much. He act like he ain't never had a woman before. He act like he ain't never touched no woman before. He act like he ain't never seen no one. Like he came out the cave and just finally saw, oh, woman, she's beautiful. Let me get woman. Cause I'm like, man. He like, you gonna have another drink? I'm like, she ain't even finished her wine. Why would she get another drink? Well, I don't like to drink alone. But you're not drinking alone because she still got wine in the glass. You could have ordered another beer, fool, and she'd have still had that same amount of wine in the glass. So he like, well, I don't want to end the night. I want to finish the night off at your house. First of all, why we gotta go to my house? Why we can't go to your house? But whatever. And he like, I want to have a couple more drinks and stuff. And she looked uncomfortable. And then she was like, no. He was like, well, why not? You like me. You like me. I like you. And I love your skin. I love how thick your thighs is. I love your hair. I love your eyes. I love the way you playing hard to get. So he all in her face and stuff. And she just looking like, okay. I mean, all right, you can come over and we can just have one drink, but then you got to go home and make sure you pay this man for these drinks and tip him. He was like, okay, but you ain't going to finish the rest of this wine off because, she was like, no, just come. I'm going to be in my car, okay? I said, well, he need to ride too, child. What in the world? But anyway, let's just sum up them because they ain't had nothing good, child. Jacoby went to Bree's apartment, child. They drinking. She ends up guzzling down her drink all fast. And I'm like, why is she guzzling down like that? Whatever. He about to pour another one. And she like, we got work in the morning. You should go. He was like, oh, okay, well, I called my car share. She was like, well, when? When did you call it? He was like, well, I'm calling it right now. So now you a liar? Like, you lying about stupid shit. So he goes to call the car share. And then, she was like, it'll be 3 minutes. He kept saying, well, thank you for a good night. Thank you for a lovely night or whatever. He go to hug her. I guess he got a hard on or whatever. And she like, what is that? Bitch, you don't know what that is. Like, you know what that is. But he like, you want to see it? Not do you want to see it? Like, how old are you? But she like, I don't want to see that. And maybe you should cover that up before you go outside or whatever. Because I got neighbors. The neighbors looking out the apartment window. Out the peephole, girl, stop. And then she's like, well, people from the moon can see that. You need to cover that up. He was like, I mean, you don't want to see it. She like, no, because that's nasty. I don't want to see your penis. I don't want to. Girl, stop. So he finally ends up leaving. And they no kissing, not like that. She curved him and stuff. And he was like, all right, I'll see you in the morning for work or whatever. I was just like, that was lame. Girl, he corny. Move on to somebody else. Okay. Let's rewind back to next. We see Karen. She on the phone talking to Aaron and stuff like that. He offers to bring her some dinner, some Italian or whatever. He actually hears that her voice that something is wrong, and she like, well, I had an argument with Andi and whatnot, so I'm feeling just a little down about that. And he was like, okay, well, hold it in until I can talk to you or whatever, and then we'll talk about it when I get there. So then fast forward, he gets there to Karen's house or whatever, and he put the food on the counter. I'm like, we finna be eating. Why we can't eat and talk? But I'm greedy like that, so that's what I'm thinking. So they sit down and talk, and she kind of tells him what happened, and she asks him, has he talked to Gary? And he like, yeah, I talked to Gary or whatever. And then Karen like, well, they not good together. And he like, well, we can't really decide who is good for each other. Like, they have to figure that out or whatever. And she like, well, I want to talk to you or whatever, but you keep taking his side. And he was like, well, I'm not taking his side. I'm just saying, like, I don't think he's a bad guy or whatever. And I know he wanted to divorce his wife, and I know he loves Andi or whatever. And so she was like, well, you gonna keep taking his side? He was like, look, I'm not taking his side, but what I'm saying is we gotta let them go through the process and let them figure out if they want to be together or not. We can't really judge them or whatever. And she was like, well, I don't want them together. He was like, well, I can see that, but we gotta let them process that or whatever, because God, he said something about God designs a midnight for them to walk through or something like that, even if we don't want them to. And she like, well, he want her to be abused or hurt. And he was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they have to kind of figure it out on their own. and, you know, get over it. And so he asked her, was she in that situation? And she said, yeah, maybe with Zach. And he said, well, look how long it took you to get over him. And truth be told, she not really over him. She just suppressing her feelings and moving on with Aaron, but she not really over Zach for real. And so then she was like, all right. Well, just stop preaching and hold me. And he was like, was I preaching or talking? She was like, well, you talking like a preacher, so kind of both. So then he was like, all right, whatever. And so then they hugged and whatever, and that was the end of them. What else, child? Rewind to Danny. So Danny, and remember, it's Danny, Preston, and the sister Alicia. They at the table. Danny's still drinking out the bottle of wine, and I'm like, why is she drinking out the bottle? Why she just ain't poured in a glass? But she drinking out the bottle of wine. She being rude to the sister because she on guard because of what the brothers did and stuff. Even though Preston and told her 11 times that the sister not like that or whatever, but she's still on guard. She being real rude. The sister said something about you enjoyed the food. I could see that. So she like, well, what you mean by that? And she was like, well, you finished the plate off, like, duh. So she was like, Preston like, well, she don't mean no harm. She a good person and stuff. And then Danny started going in on how he didn't give like a courtesy text or a courtesy call to say like, you know, my sister will be coming over, which I can understand. Like, let me know when I get off work, it's going to be another guest here or whatever. So she upset about that. The sister kind of getting uncomfortable. So she like, you know what? I'm just going to go. So then she gets up, you know, she leaves or whatever. Then, Preston is like, Danny, what's going on with you? Talk to me. Like, I can't learn you or can't understand you or can't do better by you if I don't understand what's going on. So then she like, well, I don't really want to talk about it. And he like, well, I think you need to talk about it or whatever, because you need to tell me what's going on. Like, you know, I got your back, don't you? She was like, well, I don't know you that well. And he was like, oh, okay, well, what, you want me to leave or whatever? So she was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Just leave. So then he go to leave and she like, where you going? And he was like, does it really matter and stuff? So she was just like, all right, well, come here. And so he came back. She was like, look, I don't want you to go. I just need some time to process this or whatever. And he was like, what can I do to fix it? Like, what can I do? She was like, well, right now, just take a walk so I can, you know, get my mind right, get my thoughts together and stuff like that. So he go for his little walk. Fast forward, he goes on his little walk. He comes back and he asks her, you know, like, was that walk long enough? Because she's sitting on the couch. She ain't in her pajamas and stuff at this point, or her robe or whatever, child. And she was like, yeah, that was long. She was like, it was too long or whatever. So then they kind of talk to each other, and he says that he apologizes for inviting her, and he didn't know if it was going to make her so upset for inviting her and stuff like that. And if he would have known, he wouldn't have and stuff like that. So she accepts the apology, and then she asks, like, are y'all rich? Are y'all well off or whatever? Because your brothers made it seem like I was after your money, and I didn't even know you had money because you don't dress like you rich and stuff. He was like, whoa. Like, I don't dress like I'm rich. Like, do you see them boots? Them is limited edition Garth you know what? Don't even worry about it. I said, Preston is the best. So they kind of talk, and he said, you know, we well off or whatever. And she like, okay, well, I didn't want anybody to come over here. Like, maybe I wanted my first impression to your sister to be different. Because she's embarrassed about her little studio apartment and stuff like that. And he basically like, but this is not going to be your life forever. Like, you going to come up. Like, this, you're going to do better. You're going to get what you need, what you deserve. And you're going to have something bigger and better. So don't even worry about that. Like, my sister not even worried about that or whatever. This is just temporary. And so she was like, you know, you just know all the right things to say or whatever. And he was like, you know, yeah. So then she said she gonna do better. He said he gonna do better. And then they make up, child. They start, you know, about the bow chicky wow on their couch. Okay. And then we see Hayden. Hayden is just stupid. He's stupid as hell. So we see Hayden, and he arrives at Fatima's house or whatever. He got some red wine, white wine or whatever, child. He came prepared because he thought something was fitting to go down. Okay, I'm like, fool, she done told you 11 times that she not interested in you. So why did you think something was about to pop off? Anyway, she poured the drinks, and she tell him, you know, take a seat and stuff like that. And she like, you know what, Zach is in jail. He was like, oh man, I knew that dude was bad news. I knew he was bad news. And she was like, you don't want to know why he in jail? He was like, well, do it matter? Like, he a felon or whatever. He got a record. So, like, does it really matter why he in jail? She was like, well, you should know. You should want to know. He was like, why? Why? And so then she was like, because you put him there. He was like, what did you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, look, I saw the footage on the cameras or whatever. He was like, what cameras? What cameras? Stupid. If you want to do something, make sure you can't be filmed. So she said the neighbors got doorbell cameras, so they must got a ring or something like that, child. And they caught his buddy Leon putting the dope in the car or whatever. So she was like, Leon is your ace boom coon. He do whatever you want. He all up your ass and stuff. He know what deodorant you wearing. He know what you got foot fungus right now, because he do whatever you want and he love it or whatever. So he was like, I don't know. At first, he tried to seem like he ain't know. And then he was just like, he caved real quick. I said, you ain't even cut out for this life. Because he was just like, well, you know, I'm just trying to figure out why you don't like me and stuff. She was like, look here. How can I say this? I don't like you. You're not my type. Okay? She was like, nothing about you turns me on. I just dated you to see if I could get into dating a guy like you, but I can't. Like, I'm not attracted to you. Nothing. Like, the sex was horrible. It was a mistake. I wasn't even drunk enough. And that little soft cock, that ain't happening. I said, oh, God. Well, he was looking like, what? She was like, look, what you need to do is you need to call one of your frat boys that's judges, get Zach out of jail tonight. If he not out of jail tonight, then and I wake up in the morning time and he's still in jail. Oh, I got your ass, okay? I'm sending this to all the bosses, CNN, NBC, Fox News. I'm sending it to everybody, okay? That what you do to other black men. He was like, well, what? You heard what I said. Get his ass up out of jail or I'm coming for your ass, okay? Now take that cheap ass wine and get the hell out of here. He was like, what? You heard me, bitch. And then she just stomped her little fat ass off into her room. I said, oh, okay, Fatima. Okay. So, later on, fast forward later on at Fatima's place, we see Zach. He knocking on, at Fatima's house, she all of her little lingerie and stuff on the couch, and it's a knock on the door. It's Zach. So he come in there, and he was just like, she was like, what happened? He was like, I don't know. They just told me I was free to go. And she happy, and he like, it just don't feel right. Like, do you know something? Like, just tell me. And he was like, did you call somebody? She was like, look, you were set up. Okay, hate and sexual. I knew it. See, I knew that man had it out for me or whatever. I knew it. I knew it. He was mad. I knew he was upset. And people like him won't go away. She was like, look, don't even worry about him. I got his number. He ain't fixing to do nothing else. Don't worry about him. I got him underneath my thumb. Trust and believe. Don't worry about it. So he was just like, all right, but I know dudes like him, they just keep doing stuff. She was like, he not gonna be a problem no more. He not gonna be a problem no more. So she reassured him and stuff, and then she like, once you sell 2 of these houses, you're gonna be good to go. You're gonna be in there like swimwear, so you're gonna be all right. He was like, all right, I trust you. They kissed and stuff like that. Then he like, all right, I'm finna hit in this shower. You want to go? She was like, I just got this head done and this synthetic hair, so I can't really get in the shower no more like that because it's gonna poof up. You saw how I did before? Like, no. So he was like, all right. You sure? She was like, no, but I'm be on this couch waiting for you. So he was like, all right, but don't go to sleep on me. And so then that was pretty much it for them. And then we had like this little scene with Maurice, which I really ain't understand why we had this little scene with Maurice, but he went down to the gay club. I guess maybe he was already there at the gay bar or whatever. And he's talking to the butt licker. I don't know what his name is, but he's talking to him and he's asked why he told Danny that Calvin was doing meth or whatever. He was like, well, I know what I saw. And then the gay white guy or whatever, he come over and he was like, well, why would you say that? Calvin is clean. He don't do none of that stuff or whatever. And he was like, look, I know what I saw. And I saw him today with some other dude today. And he was doing crystal meth or something today. He was like, So the white guy was like, yeah, he was with somebody. But he wasn't hugged up or whatever. And so Maurice was like, oh, because I be thinking Calvin is straight with a twist or whatever. So he like, And then they start talking about some guy named Juan. And Maurice is still hooked, in love with or whatever, but the guy that moved on and stuff. So then later on, Maurice coming home, right? So he hear in Calvin's room, Calvin getting it, boom, 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 oh, all the noises, child. Just he get his back blown out, okay? So Maurice like, I don't hear no female voice. I don't hear no female voice. So he go over there to sit on the couch or whatever. And you know, Maurice like, oh my God, I'm getting all hot and bothered and stuff like that. Oh my God, what is going on in there? So then some chocolatey guy walk out the room, child, and that's how it ended. I said, ooh, Calvin. But why should it be something stupid? It won't be Calvin was doing nothing with no dude or nothing like that. It's gonna be something dumb, child. But I'm gonna be watching it. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode on Wednesday. If y'all ended up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.